Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. The whole house seemed to exhale a melancholy breath of emptiness. An opinion should be the result of thought, not a substitute for it. Birth is not the beginning. Death is not the end. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Don't flail against the world, use it. Flexibility is the operative principle in the art of war. Strange, what being forced to slow down could do to a person. I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. Done is better than perfect. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what happens. Fez est ab host docere. One should learn even from one's enemies. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Face your life, its pain, its pleasure. Leave no path untaken. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. So many people love you. Don't focus on the people who don't. Dining with the king. Your attire, attitude, and mentality must change. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. I'm not pretty. I'm not beautiful. I'm as radiant as the sun. Reason may be employed to support faith as well as to destroy it. I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read, one to write in. One defends when his strength is inadequate. He attacks when it is abundant. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. When we fail, our pride supports us, and when we succeed, it betrays us. The penalty for procrastination is the loss of hopes and dreams. Talent is helpful in writing, but guts are absolutely essential. No one from the outside can tell or show you what is in your heart. If thinking should precede acting, then acting must succeed thinking. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Heaven is like an egg, and the earth is like the yolk of the egg. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. Think well. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. No matter how safe and beautiful it is, a cage is still a cage. Waiting for changing opinions is like waiting for nothing. Without education, you're not going anywhere in this world. A star is not honored for its size, but for its light. Spies are a most important element in water, because on them depends an army's ability to move. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Time bows to authentic commitment, and it stretches to accommodate it. Being defeated is often a temporary condition. Giving up is what makes it permanent. Life before death strength before weakness, journey before destination. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I like people who refuse to speak until they are ready to speak. Whatever is going to happen will happen, whether we worry or not. Don't leave it all unsaid, somewhere in the wasteland of your head. If you are strong, appear weak, but if you are weak, appear strong. You can be anything you want in the world. Just don't become a prisoner of hatred. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. Be brave to stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. The expert in anything was once a beginner. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. Life is like an onion. You peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes you weep. Having the life of your dreams is simple. Make conscious choices. It's faith in something and enthusiasm for something that makes a life worth living. Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective. Remember, if you play small, you stay small. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. Only courageous hearts can endure the bitterness of truth. To a mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. Only he who has no use for the empire is fit to be entrusted with it. Moods can be contagious. Don't catch or spread a bad mood. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. Show me that I am everywhere, and get me home for tea. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. As he learns the truth will automatically free him. From a certain point onward, there's no longer any turning back. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. The company you choose to keep says a lot about who you are. You have made the moon, the jester said. That is the moon. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. To forget the whole world is easy. To make the whole world forget you is hard. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. Never say anything about yourself you don't want to come true. I very rarely think in words at all. A thought comes, and I may try to express it in words afterwards. I always felt like you had to be important to have enemies. Don't worry about the negative people may say about you. Learn from it and move on.